Alright, what's going on, everyone? So I was asked to kind of share my rig that I use for bumping for catfish on the Missouri River, Mississippi River. You can use it in other rivers too. So I'll share with you what I use and what I've learned from friends like Wade and Jake Durhockey. I watched a video that they were doing. So Wade Kaminsky and Jake Durhockey, they did a video on what they use for their bumping rig. And I mimicked it, and it works really, really good. They catch a lot of big fish, and it really holds up well. So we'll kind of get started here. So I'm going to show you the basic rig that I use. It's a three-way rig consisting of 80-pound test monofilament with a, let's get this here. So with one of these chain swivels. It's from Bottom Dwellers Tackle. I also use one of these three-way crane swivels. It's also from Bottom Dwellers. And we use, I use Charlie Brown circle hooks. That's a 9/0 Charlie Brown circle hook. Then we use 50-pound Andy. 80-pound Andy. That's my fault. 80-pound Andy monofilament leader. With just some cheap, you'll see this, been using this a lot, 25-pound test dropper for the dropper for the sinker. Now, Jake and Wade, they crimp their rigs, and I do too now. So I use High Seas 1mm crimps, and then I use Penn crimpers. So my wife's in the background, she's recording me as well, so awesome. Okay, so let's get started. I just want to make sure that I can see what's going on here. Okay, so what I do is I grab out a length of this 80-pound mono. So grab it out. These things have built-in cutters to them. So I typically try to make it about 30 inches long total. So we got that. We'll do a shorter part for, let's see here. We'll do a shorter part for the, to go up on the sinker. Or I'm sorry, on the top of the swivel here. All right, so you got your two pieces of line. One's longer than the other. So I first start doing, you put one of these crimps, you put it onto the line, and then you're gonna go around the chain swivel, one of the balls of the chains, or the eyelets of the chain swivel. Put it around there, and then take that line, go right back, so you go right back through that crimp. And then what I do is I take a lighter, and I kind of melt the end of it just a little bit to kind of, you want to have a little ball of line on the end of there. So once that's cooled, just pull it tight. Okay, so it kind of looks like that. More to come on that here in just a minute. So I do an easy snell. So get your line, your hook, the line. I put it through the front eyelet first. I take that and then I wrap it about 6 or 7 times, and then I run it back through the back of the hook. Pull it forward. Okay, so it looks like that. All right, so now we're gonna take another one of these crimps, slide it through the line. You always got to put it through the line, the line through the crimp first, and then you're going to take the tag end, go through the other end of the chain swivel. I got crazy dogs here. They got the zoomies right now. And put a nice little ball, melt a nice little ball on the end of that. Sorry about the dogs. So pull it tight, like that. Okay, so now that's what it looks like. Okay, you got the hook down here at this end. And then what we're gonna do, same deal. We're gonna put the line through the swivel or through the crimp there. Now you're gonna see here, there's one end that goes, that the part that's attached to the top of the swivel here. You want this part to be on your main line and that part to be your dropper. The part in my other hand here, that's gonna be where your leader goes. So we're gonna go, so the leader is gonna go on that one that hangs off the end, so we're gonna put it through here. Put the other tag in through that, through that crimp. Do the same thing, we're gonna melt a nice little end on there. So we're melting that nice little end on there, that way it doesn't pull back through this crimp before it crimps, and it just did. So that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Let's redo that here. So this is why you always do this while you're not on the water. That way you're not fooling with this stuff where it's going to take you a couple minutes to tie up one of these things. You're not dealing with that out in the boat. Alright. Now you pull that tight like that. Okay. So let me get that back going here. Alright. So sorry, I have to keep reaching and turning on that camera so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, so then on these crimps, there are numbers. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's kind of light, but it's not. It's kind of dark. There's numbers on there that correspond to the size of the crimp that you're using. So I'm going to use the 0.5 to 1.0 crimp size. You put it in there. You give it a good squeeze. So you want to make sure the crimp is right in the middle of those jaws here. And then give it a good squeeze. And then that's what it ends up looking like. Hopefully you can see that. And just repeat that for each one of these crimps. Want to make sure it's right in the middle. Give it a good squeeze. Do that for this other one. So each one of these rigs takes 3 crimps. Alright, they're all crimped up. Looks good. So now this really, I mean, what it does, it leaves a really nice and straight leader that's easily replicated. Makes it the same every single time. Then what I'd like to do is take a length of this 25-pound monofilament and cut a piece off, tie a small loop into one end here. And then we'll put that loop through the end of where the sinker goes on the 3-way swivel. Put it through there like that, and then there you have it. That's your rig. So what I do is I have a binder like this that I put a bunch of pre-tied rigs in. So whenever you're on the water, you break off, you don't have to worry about tying up a new rig. You just reach in here and grab out a new rig and tie it on. So you don't have to mess with all that retying stuff. You just have to tie one knot and you're good to go. I just always wrap these up pretty tight here and throw it in my binder and we're good to go. So I like to tie up and have at least 10 or so tied up. You can also tie up different ones like double hook rigs, things like that. That's it. I just hope that helps somebody and hope that helps them figure out what a bumping rig looks like. And I've caught fish up to 90 pounds on those and no issue, no failures yet. So they work. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. All right, thanks.